everyone, I'd like to share you my tip.
All the students were looking at me. They were scanning me from head to toe. Everyone was curious to know who my dad was so they could measure my social value. They looked at my shoes, clothes, and bag. I knew they criticized every single detail in my physical appearance. I looked around and saw only famous brands. They all looked well-dressed and rich. It felt as if I was attending a fashion week in Milan. I knew right away that my $10 bag wouldn't fit in such a place. I knew I was going to be asked a lot of questions and treated differently. But before I continue, hit the like and subscribe button. If you do, you'll find a fortune hidden under your bed by tomorrow morning. Trust me, it works. Hi, my name is Karen, and I am the new student. I am looking forward to knowing you all, I said with a shivering tone when a voice replied scoffingly out of nowhere. Yeah, if you survive till the next week. It was a male's voice, but I wasn't sure of the speaker's identity. I was too nervous and just pretended not to hear his comment. I went to my seat while hoping that this day would end without any drama. I know changing schools is terrifying. Almost all students worry about their first day because they want to fit in and they are afraid of being isolated. My case was totally different. I was not only afraid to be left alone or isolated, I was afraid of exposing my real identity. As I was taking some books out of my locker, a group of girls approached me and said, "What a nice bag," with a smirky smile on their faces. I knew right away that their intentions were to insult me because my bag looked old and cheap. Yet I replied, "Thanks," confidently, and walked away. After all, I guess the mysterious voice meant them when he said, "if you survive." Honestly, though I tried to act normal, I was horrified. I was sure if they discovered my real identity, they would make me suffer like hell. Therefore, I decided to be careful and avoid everyone as much as possible. You see, I am not only poor, I don't even have a house. I live with my mother in a small room dedicated to servants. And yes, my mom is a maid and the family she works for was kind enough to let me stay with my mother at their house. It was better than renting an apartment. Before that, we used to live in a small rusty apartment which we could barely afford. My father left us when I was a baby, and my mother took full responsibility. She used to prevent herself from eating just to buy me whatever I wanted. But when my mother applied to work for the family we live with, our life changed and things got better. My mother and I lived with that family for 5 years, and they were very kind to us. When I turned 15, they offered me a job helping my mother with some chores. In return, they paid me good money so that I could afford my expenses, since I was going to be in high school. I was super excited and grateful for their generosity, but what I didn't expect was when Mr. Let's call him X offered me something unexpected after saving his life. Once when Mr. X was having lunch at his office and I was cleaning it, he choked and I rushed to help him and saved his life. If it wasn't for me, he would be seriously harmed or even dead. After that incident, he offered to transfer me to a private school that only elites could afford. He said that I am a smart kid and should be properly educated. His niece Mia attends that school and we're good friends.